All right. Sorry for that massive delay. Massive delay. No excuses, but there's reasons. First off, I took a nap after work. Woke up right at 9:30. It took me a good 20 minutes or whatever the hell it takes just for my brain to load. I was just so fucking tired, guys. Then, looking around, cannot find the real video that I really wanted to, I wanted to EFAP a video. So sorry about the wait. Sorry if anybody, is anyone here? I guess I pissed off everyone. No one's even here. But, I'll ask the question anyway. Are we live? I said, are we live? It looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on an episode of me streaming. This is a conspiracy stream for Halloween. I ain't gonna say happy Halloween. It's a demonic ass holiday. But I've been meaning to do a stream on conspiracies, especially in the recent times with all this stuff with Abercrombie and Fitch. And that's actually the video creator had created, and I don't know what the hell happened to that video. It just disappeared into the ether. And of course, infamously, much more famously, Diddy. And you can go from that to the Wayfair conspiracy theory from a few years ago, or the what was it, Balenciaga conspiracy from a few years ago, or a lot of us may remember the Cuties fiasco. It was weird how a lot of people, when it was they felt it more acceptable, wasn't so upset about stuff like that. But that's another can of worms altogether. But there's been a lot of stuff that makes you go, wait a minute, something's not right. Something's not right. Now, for years, conspiracy theorists have gotten a lot of shit. Some of it rightfully so. Some of it rightfully so. I don't believe in every conspiracy theory. And I'd also believe there are times where a greater conspiracy is not necessarily needed to explain everything. But there is definitely enough evidence to show that a lot of the rich, the famous, and the elite, whether it's Epstein, whether it's Diddy, whoever, have a taste for something disgusting. I mean, what was the whole? Was it Sandra Bullock admitting to using Korean baby foreskins for her skin? This is no longer, something that just, they'll tell you some of the deprived shit they're into, right? And it's becoming more and more common. It's become more and more, unfortunately, normal. Oh, Panda. For those who don't understand the Panda controversy, okay, so, hey, Small Town Republic, since you did on Tom Jensen, apparently when you're, I don't even know what's the best way to say it. Apparently there's a nerve in your backside that if it's hit hard enough, and this usually happens in forceful action. I'm trying to be as non-crude and non-graphic as possible, but it can make your eyes blacken like a panda. And so that's where that has become. And so panda is a imagery used. We've talked about pizza. We'll say pizza. Panda's an imagery for to signify forceful usage of someone else's backside. How about that? We're trying to keep the stream up. You know what I mean? In case somebody comes back to the stream. Pause. There's a lot of pause-worthy stuff, but in all seriousness, So yeah, Panda, and some of you guys already know. A lot of you guys know. Even the Skeptical Stitch dildo years ago sent me that one. I couldn't tell you what part of Europe, but she had dealt with satanic child abuse. There are police and law enforcement organizations that have a hidden, sometimes it's called a paranormal, sometimes, you can call them multiple things, but it's based on child sex abuse. This is a real thing, unfortunately. Belgium and France, okay, yeah. I thought she was over in Europe. And they had groomed her, or they wanted to groom her to be a pop star. And if you look at Mariah Carey's sister, let's see if we can find some of these videos to corroborate so it's not just going off of me. Mariah Carey's sister, and did she pass on recently? But she alleged that her and her sister were abused satanically by their parents and others. So let me see if I can find something on this. This is her. Okay, we got a couple of clips that I just found. Like I said, the original video, I was going to talk more about the Abercrombie and Fitch thing, but now we're just going to be generic. Hold on, Jesus. We're going to be generic, and we're just going to talk just about... I'm not going on every conspiracy. I don't care about the moon landing. I don't care about JFK. I don't care about even this selection process. You do with it with what you want. But like I said, I can prove without a shadow of doubt that there are a lot of sick individuals who run at bare minimum the entertainment industry, and a lot of which, I mean, there was a lot of politicians on the Epstein list. Looking at the Clintons. And a lot of people even argue, oh, well, you know, Trump was not on the flight logs, but there are pictures with him. Some people have made something about that. Some people have downplayed that. You do with that what you will. You know what I mean? I'm agnostic to the guy. But this guy, Epstein, had a lot of pull with a lot of heavy hitters. So let's go to Mariah Carey's sister and let her. This is from a few years ago. Hopefully this tells. Mariah's mother died. Thank you, Small Time. Remember at the time it said she had a difficult relationship. Maybe that was an understatement. So let's see. Let's get her actual allegations out of her mouth. This is Allison Carey talking about satanic rituals her and Mariah had to deal with.
People would meet. They all used to walk through the bushes at the Unitarian church.
Let's just go ahead and pause it. Right now it says Allison Carey, 57, accused her mother, Patricia, that's the one who recently passed, of forcing her to perform those type of acts on strangers when she was 10 in court. And New York filed earlier this year, I think this is 4 years ago, I believe. Let's just go with the date. 3 years ago. No, it's 3 or 4. It's 2021. Oh, no, this is a different. I got two videos up. This is from 4 years ago. 2020. Okay, so that's what it says on the screen. Let her tell it.
Down by the water in Huntington, there was a building, some other building.
Oh, wow. Let's start over. Apparently, her sister, meaning Allison, died the same day as her mother. Wow. That's crazy.
The Unitarian church down by the water in Huntington, there was a building, some other building, big building, tall, right through the bushes at the fellowship, and they'd have these big circles of these Satanists around an altar where the people, sometimes in hooded, what do you call them? They were wearing these long cloaks that were brown with hoods, and they'd be in a circle or two circles, one inside of the other, by the altar, where there'd be live children and sometimes babies, but not at the same time, one at a time. So, and that would happen at night. It never happened during the fellowship.
Sorry about that. I wasn't trying to fast forward. I was just trying to pause and just state what she just said. She said, I can't. She said at the beginning what type of church that this group was based out of, but these Satanists and brown hoods doing satanic rituals to children and babies. And apparently, yes, Allison Carey has passed on. And passed on the same day as a Small Town Republic just mentioned. And we can use the NPR article. Her mother and sister passed on the same day. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. Her Patricia Carey, who's the mother again, 57 or 87. Allison at the time was 63. The ages don't quite line up to this, but in any event, unreal. And for those who don't know, Mariah Carey's based out of, or she was born in the New Jersey area. That's where she's from. So yeah, we need a wood chipper, man. We need a fucking wood chipper, man. I'll let her finish this out. Guess she did this with the son. And you know what? Now that we're on that, man, I'm sure a lot of us, at least here in the West, especially America, grew up and would see those infamous tabloids. And I know the European or the British tabloids are known for being celebrity gossip. Ours became that. But they used to have all these crazy different stories, these wacky stories. Men in Black even made fun of it, like, oh, this is. But, you know, one of the things that Men in Black, the movie, did was, oh, yeah, this is real news. This is really stuff happening. And, you know, a lot of that stuff is in one ear, out the other. You just see, you know, some weird creature or something. You look back, there was more to it than this, man. There's more to it than what we thought. So let me let her finish it out, and we'll just continue on this wood chipper journey. And this is why politics, you can't tell me politics matter more than this shit, man. Because this is still going on. This isn't stopping. And you know what? All the people aren't celebrities, unfortunately. And there's still nothing happening. And we see that there is a look at the schools. Look at the schools. Look at the teachers' unions. Whenever a young lady, or, yeah, that's the thing. What do you do with this information? That's why this channel, that's why we don't talk about conspiracies every single day. It's Halloween. It's a dark day. So I'm like, you know what? I've been meaning to do a conspiracy stream. It's Halloween. Let's do it. What can we do? That's been the plight of ever getting into the conspiracy stuff. I got out of it. Despite how conspiratorial and I think, oh, there's always something up, there's a reason. It's because a lot of this information can be confirmed, and we see more and more of it confirmed. But I got out of it until 2020. I found all this shit about 2017, 2018. I said, man, this shit consumed my life. What am I going to do? So I dropped a lot of it. And then Epstein happened. I think 2019, maybe 2018. I'm like, what the fuck? And then, of course, 2020, which was every conspiracy known to man all at once. Everything all at once. Crazy work. We'll get into Zombie Man as a break after we get this. But, yeah, we're talking about some dark stuff. We're talking about conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories that we can confirm, or at least that there's some evidence for. We're mainly focused on a lot of the sick stuff of the entertainment industry. So let's let Allison Carey finish her spiel. Rest in peace to her. She went through a lot of tragedy she had no business going through. And then we'll use Zombie Man. You'll be needed as a palate cleanser and as a break between some dark stuff. Depending on how dark we're going to get, you know what I mean? If it's too much, it's too much, man. Because what do we do? That's why, you know, I forgot Nas had recommended one of these, like, self-internet Chris Hansen guys. It's like, man, what do we do with this shit? Just too dark.
I saw people get stabbed and start bleeding, and it would be dripping to the floor. It was children. The youngest I ever saw stabbed, I'd say it was about younger than 2 years old. And then there were several that were 2 and 3 years old. I can't imagine how anybody got away with that. The kid disappears. Don't detectives come try to figure out what happened?
Dark stuff. Okay, here's a Bible scripture. I'll just read it, and we'll talk about it a little bit and then cleanse the palate with little zombie man. And whoever welcomes a child like this in my name welcomes me. If anyone causes these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it will be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and be drowned in the depths of the sea. So if you do believe in the Most High, which, I mean, to be honest, these people have to, they believe in Satan. Those people will face judgment for what they did, but it's really dark shit. Really dark shit, man. Probably did traffic kids, and that's what was the movie that a lot of people got hyped about a few years ago or last year that talked about the trafficking? Sound of Freedom or something like that. I mean, it's one of those things where you do want to have you need to have awareness because it could be your kid. Kids get snatched up all the time. And that was a thing, when I was younger. Watch out for the people in white vans. It could be your kids. So you need to have awareness so you can have awareness. It happens everywhere. It happens in America, happens in Canada, happens in Europe. It happens in big cities, small cities. It can happen anywhere. There is literally a well-funded trafficking network that operates with some of the most powerful and financially secure people, and they are all over the planet, and they have a disgusting appetite. And there are kids that are never found all the time. So if you do have young ones, or I got little nephews, just make sure that they are always secure. So if there's what do you take away from this? For God's sake, make sure that the youth around you are secure and you know what they are, and you have a safety plan and all this sort of things. That they're prepared. We used to, parents used to say, watch out for those creeps. Because creeps existed. We knew they existed. Now there's a more formal version of it. Yeah, it operates everywhere on the globe. Hey, Rob. Sound of Freedom was, that's what we're talking about, unfortunately, Zombie Man. We're talking about it relative to the entertainment industry. That was Mariah Carey's older sister, who had just recently passed, who alleges that, at least in this statement, I think you can only call it the first or the back half, but that children were being stabbed and abused in a satanic ritual. That's what she said. And it's like I said, this is the dark stream. It ain't gonna be for everybody, but instead, this is really not a conspiracy theory stream. It's conspiracy confirmation. And this being a dark stream, I appreciate as much palate cleansing material as we are going to get. Hold on, zombie. So we have another Jungle 8-track thing. We interview Zombie Main on Monday. This is let me see if I can put the YouTube. You put the link, but let me toss this YouTube in the bottom. Please sub to this young man, so when he's this famous producer, we all say we were there, and we can ask him for money. All right. Here is Full Sin, another Jungle 8-track thingy by Zombie Man. I thought I was bad with my working titles. Nah, but the music at least is good. So let's listen to the music, and I'll be back. Yeah, that was flames, man. That's that fire. I appreciate that, especially with the timing of all the dark shit. I'm like, man, it's just fire. If I had enough time, would have put it Since You Dildo as a Kid Dancing. That shit is hard right there. Pause, no Diddy. Full Sin, we'll just call it Full Sin. Holy shit, that at least at 90s, early aughts. I don't know what keyboard those samples and shit was originally from, but you can tell it's the same, similar to the whatever the sound chip that was used in the PlayStation, because it gives you that air. It could be a Tekken stage. That shit is cold, bro. Cold shit. And Rob Gardner, you think I'm a conspiracy theorist. Cosmo, a.k.a. Wait Now, goes a little harder than me, pause. And you might have a point. He says Jim Caviezel, probably spelled that wrong, it's a difficult name, is tied to Freemasons, and that you think that Sound of Freedom was a psyop. They wanted everyone to know what they're doing. They definitely, over the past few years, and I thought, and if we can cover her, Jaguar Wright, she's been on Piers Morgan. And we know the Cat Williams thing that was big earlier in this year. There's definitely a push to let everybody know what's going on behind the doors of the industry and just behind the doors of the elites. There's definitely a push. I mean, the thumbnail comes from Eyes Wide Shut. They, look what the movie that they released. And they killed Kubrick and took 40 minutes out. Allegedly, stuff that related to children. That was allegedly it. And there was also implication at the end of the movie. I've never seen the full movie. But there's an implication that Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise's character give up their child at the end of that movie. So, and that, that's 25, 26 years ago now. Look, come on, 99 is going to be 25 years old. So, they've always wanted us to know. That's why unfortunately, y'all want to know why Trump may win? It's a few days for the election and election stream. I got to tell you, they may win to do something to him that they've tried twice and they've hinted too many a time. That may be the reason he wins, to inflict that psyop on the people. And if you don't believe me, while we're at it, let me, boy, am I going to get an FBI letter after this stream. If you ever seen the Illuminati card game, here we go. It came out with the 80s, 90s, but it's been referenced many a time. And get one of the infamous pictures of that up. And this came out, like I said, I couldn't tell you if it came out in the 80s or 90s. But this guy here looks familiar. Not saying he is. He could be any guy. Not saying you all look alike. But then even with the orange background, giving you an implication for who this is going to be. And it says, at any time, at any place, our snipers could drop you. Have a nice day. And all this different stuff. Because it is a card game. I play this card on turn before drawing to any plots. What was this? But yeah. Enough is enough. And a lot of, Trump's whole thing is defiance. People are tired of the system, so they vote for Trump. And maybe he does win, but it ain't going to be how you think. These things don't happen for no reason. So, and when is it? Let me see the game. According to Wikipedia, inspired by 75, the book from 1975. Came out in 81. It went on the market. It started in 81. They got it out in 82. So it's from the early 80s. Early 80s. Maybe they just were, Trump was a guy. He was a character of the 80s. Maybe that was the thinking. Besides putting a guy that looked just like him. And yeah, Trump and Diddy were close. Speaking of, a lot of people, we talked a little bit about Epstein. A lot of people who love their orange guy don't want to say anything about the pictures with Epstein. There was plenty of, he's hosted Diddy parties at the Trump Tower and a lot of his real estate. Remember, you can't have it both ways, guys. Sorry, conservatives. What would y'all say? Oh, he used to be in all these rap videos. He used to be cool with rappers. Now he's racist. Remember that argument? Well, here it comes to backfire and bite you in the ass. Who was the main rapper he was with? None other than Sean Combs. So you can't have it all ways. I know you like the orange man. I know you feel defiant. He's a part of the system. Sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. Did you thought this was going to be easy? You just go down to the ballots and you just hit the orange button and America and freedom and eagles was going to fly from the sky? No. I'm sorry. Not how that shit works, homie. Not how that shit works. You went in the room, going back to your theory that things like Sound of Freedom or might be psyops. Said was in the room. Caviezel just walks the line on certain things, make it difficult to tell who he really is. It's very safe to believe anybody you know their name of is corrupt. Is that always true all the time? I'm sure it's not, but it's a safer bet. Yeah, he seems awful things, but the advertisement for that movie was sus as fuck. Said Censure Dildo made me think they milk right wing leaning people. I keep telling y'all there's a lot of people who've been milking the right wing and they don't know no better and they get defensive. Like I'm about to say Charles Darwin. It was P.T. Barnum who said P.T. Barnum was a sucker born every minute. I think Mark Twain is easier to fool somebody than to convince somebody they've been fooled. I think that was Twain. I don't know. But people have bought into the right wing is the anti-establishment party, and the right wing is their vote of defiance, and everybody who's right is right, and they don't know they're getting played and milked to death. But I've done my part. I've done my part to try to help people. Y'all want to argue for gold dust though. So let's get back to the comments. It's Aleister Crowley level of black magic. They believe their magic only works if you tell them what they're doing. Yeah. And quote unquote gain your consent. Yeah, it supposedly wipes out their karmic debt. I don't believe that's true to the Most High, but that's what they believe. I think they'll face judgment for all the damn. I think they'll be damned. That's what I believe. But it's not my decision to make. Want to talk conspiracy theories? I think Trump is being amped up in the polls. So when they steal this election, they can kick off the Civil War. I've been somebody who said I don't think a civil war is going to start regardless of what happens in this election process. But I've been wrong about other things. I still don't believe it. But the feds can do a lot. I don't think I'll say this, and this one I feel safer to say. I don't think the actual humans, meaning us, we're not going to do shit. Now, will some feds do things in our name like what happened throughout 2020 and 2021? Probably. But how much impact is that going to have? We'll see. Caviezel looks like one of them off-the-rails Christians he could be. They can't have true globalization till America becomes disarmed, and they can't disarm us. They have to convince us to destroy ourselves. Well, they could also drone strike us, and apparently legally now. Also fair, he's got a real Mel Gibson feel to him. And even more down the rabbit hole. I don't know much about Caviezel. I know about that movie, but I don't know. And I know he played, speaking of Jesus, he's played Jesus. And had The Passion of the Christ, directed by Mel Gibson. Like Mel as a person, there's something going on. Tired of these guys supposedly know what's up. They won't say, keep alluding to it. A lot of these guys are under, they're real heroes. They call a press conference and drop it all. A lot of these guys, and I'm not speaking for or against, I'm just telling you, a lot of these guys are still under brain control. That's why, Kanye was one of the most obvious ones where I think his ex-wife was a handler and a handler for other people. Kim Kardashian, I think she handled Ray Bush, Ray J, Reggie Bush, what's the other guy, Chris Humphries. I think she handled quite a few people. Same with the rest of her cult. That Kylie Jenner handled, what's the guy, Travis Scott, a few other celebrities. A lot of these people keep the celebs in check because they are still people, and they may go off the rails as Kanye's been known to do, right? And there was I think he had, and I don't think you just get one, because he had his and this, you can look this up, and if you want, I can. We got so much other stuff to cover. I'd rather just glaze over it real quick. Pause. But his personal trainer was threatening to send him back to a mental institution if he didn't do certain things. So that's a real thing. That's not, I made it up. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not Alex Jones. This is real life. So I say that to say this about Caviezel, Mel. I don't know what they know. I don't know what they are able to share. I don't know how autonomous they are. I don't know if they're under control still. I don't know if they're supposed to be controlled ops, psyops. Let us know, like you just mentioned, because that's a lot of it. I think it's called Lesser Magic, where they let us know what they're doing so they get some false sense of consent that they can feel morally karmic, whatever, get off that karmic debt and feel like they are morally okay or morally okayed to do all the reprehensible things they do. And maybe those are they just representative of that. Maybe they're that and they want to be more, but there's a chip. We know brain chips now exist. Like that's no longer. The further we go on, a lot of these things that once were conspiracy are now confirmed part of science fact. So now that we know brain chips exist, and there's many incidents, maybe that's something to bring up. All these celebrities freezing to, I guess, lighten the load. Pause. And not talk about some of the wood chipper stuff, but celebrity glitches, and not, oh, there's a brain chip. I wonder how long this thing's existed. Yeah, I wonder what this can do. Just wonder. Let me see. Okay, I found the supercut for it. So let's go back. Knowing our luck, Trump will win the election only because they have more dirt on them. Yeah. Or, like I said, I think that they might, it's been a while since the sitting president has had his head opened up in front of the people. They might do that in the inauguration. Small time, and apparently that was Twain. And they probably do got a lot of dirt on him. He's been a billionaire. He had that. Wasn't it him who said something about getting like $1 billion, $500 million loan or some shit like that? People don't give out $500 million loans, $1 billion loans, and just, all right, here, cool, just pay me back when you can. It ain't $10, my guy. Here we go again. It's Halloween. We talking conspiracy stuff. You too. Hey, BH, Brandon Hollum. We're going to have to worry about the Texans in a couple weeks, but it looks like a lot of those receivers are down. I think the Lions might be okay. I was really worried about that game earlier in the season.
Don't believe the attacks on Colin Allred.
Fuck Colin Allred. Fuck these. I keep getting these Texas things. About to play some MK Ultra glitches. We talking conspiracies, confirmable conspiracies. Here on this Halloween. Didn't have any kids. Thank goodness. Knock on my damn door. But yeah. Let me see. We doing the Orange podcast. Oh no, this is way more. Orange Man's just a pawn on the board at best. If they steal the selection, there isn't a civil war in America. Well, Rob, that's what I actually believe. These motherfuckers aren't gonna do anything. That's what the right wings, one of the right wing's jobs the past 8 years, was to spiritually disarm Americans. Americans feel good to whine and complain. We've become similar to Brits in that way. We're cool just complaining. There's too many sheeple who follow the thought leaders in conservative spaces. And there's too many of those spaces who just really want, I'm not even talking about the conspiratorial stuff. They just want Kamala to win so they got something to complain about. So you tune into their stream and you tune into their content and you sub to them on Instagram. Unfortunately, the American right has the spirit of a 14-year-old suburban girl. They're just talking shit. They're not about that life. And to answer your question, do I think J6 was a work? I absolutely do. I think J6 was a work. I think BLM was a work. I think those were both federal funded psyops to make the people think that we were more politically to make us think we cared more than we did. That's what I think. Both, or obviously there was multiple events in the BLM saga. And amongst other things, they were also able to get a lot of, destroy a lot of very expensive property and probably get it for cheap. And who knows what they're going to do with that? Maybe create 15-minute cities. But yeah, those were all, and I'm not even crazy to say that. It's it's too much for the scope of this stream, but there were definitely feds involved in January 6th. There were definitely people involved with BLM who, as you see Eminem, this is from a while back, Frozen. We'll get to all these motherfuckers. Oh, is there another motherfucker? God damn it. I gotta deal with this goofy motherfucker too. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was another motherfucker. Watching the motherfucker. But they were, as far as the BLM thing, Antifa thing, there were motherfuckers. A lot of them were for the Pacific Northwest. So they may have been ideologues, useful idiots, but they would go to one place, they would get broken out, they would go to another place. I remember doing one of the earliest streams I ever did of that Kyle Rittenhouse. Remember him? The guys that same conservative circle I told you yelled at him when he didn't say Orange Man. Because, that was their unemployed shooter, and they still disrespected him. But in any event, if you go to that incident that he got famous from, throughout the night, there are motherfuckers pushing equipment. This is an organized thing. There's motherfuckers pushing dumpsters and containers filled with shit, filled with bricks. This was not some uprising of people who were just so mad about George Floyd. This was a organized, funded series of events made to look like that. And so too was January 6th. They're taking back. That was made to make people think that Trump supporters were so crazy they would fight if he didn't win and they would cause a civil war. But I know from being in this space, they're not built like that. Those are all feds that did that. I don't think. Yeah, it was a work from the extent that people went there. Real people went there. You know what I'm saying? But it was not no organic event. These events are not organic. Neither was, we used to talk about Occupy. It may have started out organic, but it became something that wasn't. And yeah, Cincinnati, that I believe could happen. Another January 6th. Going off of what I just said about what I think of January 6th and BLM, I think of them as federally orchestrated events and psyops for the people. I believe another one of those might happen either way with this election process, but not a full civil war. And like I said, they're not really built like that. And Dildo's leaning that way. Rob Gardner says Kanye's condition broke almost as hard as Britney's. His probably didn't shave his head, start dancing with knives. People came there, definitely came to work. Yeah, just letting people in on it. People were there barbecuing and shit, but they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They definitely had feds in the crowd and let them pass barricades. Yeah, they were definitely let in by federal police, let in by personnel, security, so-called personnel at the Capitol. So that was absolutely federal involved. Were there some dummies who ran and jumped on some desk and did some shit? Probably. But it was mostly fed. If it smells like a honey trap, it probably is. Tom Jensen says neuro stink. I'm behind on comments. Let me try to catch up, and then we'll get into these glitches. All starts to make sense. You see that they do not see us as human. I don't even know if they see us as well as cattle. At least they got Kobe beef. Nobody cares what you do to a cow or horse. Like I said, Kobe beef exists, so they do have that. There's no Kobe humans. Now I'm not talking about Kobe Bryant. I'm talking about I think it might even been his namesake, Kobe beef, this Wagyu and different quality of beef where they keep the cows in great condition so they get better quality of beef. They don't even think of us like cattle, man. We are ingredients in a stew of madness. They do not care. They do not look at us as, they don't look at, well, I don't know if they look at us as humans. They look at themselves as gods. They'll even tell you that. Yeah, farmers love their animals. We're not even cattle. It's not conspiracy theory, conspiracy fact. Yeah, stuff we can confirm. Sean Handy, for example, will rev people up but will never go rogue. Perfect example. Guys like that. And those are a lot of the conservative thought leaders. They're just there to rev you up. Some of them are useful idiots. Some of them don't know. They just there for this money. Like anything, money answers a lot of your questions. Oh shit, I can And then a lot of them like status. A lot of them like to be, oh man, I'm at the Trump rally. I'm at the RNC. I was just some YouTuber. Or, oh man, I was just some no-name broadcaster. I'm just happy to be here. You're making a little bit of money. Fuck a little bit of bitches, smoke a little weed. Too many people been convinced that Lord and Savior Elon bitching out things and meaning on X is going to change. Oh, boy. There's the human worship of the right when it comes to Trump and Elon, bro. It's something, it's actually, you know, I wish I had the soundbite still. It's kind of gay. And he just got all that data, and he's linked you to brains. He's already hired your replacement. He does need all that data, doesn't he? BLM had China funded. Well, China, the world bankers got their hands in everything. The globalists. But yeah, China was a part of it. Hey, what's is this your stuff? Wait now. It is. You know, I don't get on this Rumble. Oh, I can't. Oh, you right now. You ain't supposed to say it. I done slipped. Royal Rumble. I don't get on this green app much. But you know what? Hey, feel free. I don't know if they allow you to. And actually, hold on. Let me I'm about to try to sign into it. I ain't signed into this motherfucker. I think I might still be active on this bitch. I don't even know. Because I thought I set up a long time ago. When is this from? It's from months ago. So you already covered it on your green app. So please check out Wait down there if it works. Yeah, I hate YouTube reactors. I know it was a reactor here. Hey, El Gordo. Hey, Lil Spec. They get funded through the NGO networks. Absolutely. Got montage your first super chat. Congrats. Low Spec Linux Gaming. They pulled it from YouTube. It's still up on Rumble. It's Angelina Jolie discussing MK Ultra torture, and I said it again. Baked Alaska and other fed assets. Wagyu is the most overrated meat on the planet. $45 a steak that has the same consistency of rubber. Well, I just gave the theory of it. I don't know how good it actually is. I've never had Wagyu. They see numbers on the page. Economic units to be controlled and milked. Welcome to the managerial technocratic dystopia. Absolutely. First link is yours. Second link is Angelina Jolie. I heard that you can't say Rumble. I don't know if that's true. So let's I already said it multiple times. We're already fucked. This stream's already fucked. A lot of times I blame y'all for the channel not being monetized. I can't do that with this one. It's all on me. It's all me. But I'd rather, I don't know. Rather at least cover this shit. I've been meaning to cover this shit. So let's get into let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. All right, that's unfortunately there's another reactor here, and that's not what I wanted. But I just wanted, if I can find the core video of celebrity glitching. Let's see how good or bad this is, and then maybe we'll switch around.
Okay, so today we're gonna go over none of that. This shit actually died down ever since the 90s.
Of one of his new videos called Berserk. Take a listen. So was that the great Rick Rubin who was helping produce that with you?
Bro, like what's going on?
Look at this.
Yeah, sorry, live TV.
He was lagging, bro. Poor reception. You feel me? Towers.
Okay. Like I said, we're gonna be doing a lot of skipping. Oh, is that? Oh, Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, you know what? Let me go into my other, so I don't have to deal with these fucking ads. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
sorry, live TV.
He was lagging, bro. Poor reception. You feel me? Tower copyrighted now. Your man's is gone.
What does it say? Frozen Stars and Other Strange Behavior. Let's actually see if we can find that sort of video. Because I don't need you, my guy. There's already a light-skinned dude talking shit about this. What does it say?
Okay, so today.
Jeez, how many times am I going to have to hear you talk? And other Frozen Stars and Other Strange Behaviors. Hopefully this is still up. That's another thing. That I wanted to do a different video today, and I don't see that video still up. A lot of times this shit gets taken down before I even get a chance to do anything on it. This isn't the first time that's even happened. Okay, so this is hopefully less bullshit.
Of your reality.
Let's get into the. We'll take off the music. Look at Draymond, completely frozen. This isn't edited. This happened live. Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors, completely frozen. And there's some editing clips. There, look at oh man, what's her name? I think that's her husband. That one's not as easy. She could have just been biting her thumb. Jeez, I can't think of her name. Yo, Serena Williams, Jesus. I know that you being in the chat's gonna hurt folks. YouTube. Well, the comments are, unfortunately, there's nothing you can say with all the legit racism that the people in the comments spew. We're already fucked. Wait down. We are already fucked. Yeah, there was a lot more of these glitches, super cuts. And that's what I was looking for. I found this one, thank goodness. And unfortunately, there's music playing. That's why I got it muted, so I'll talk over it. But I remember this. You saw that was kind of weird. Oh, shit. Didn't she fall out later in that concert? Okay, hold on. This is one of the few appearances of Lady Gaga.
When I was making love to my old boyfriend, I used to think about women sometimes.
Oh, good Lord. I'm sure he was delighted when you told him because...
Oh, a little one-eye symbolism for that ass. This is not just...
We can see that Bill Clinton was nothing more than a puppet to the puppet masters which placed him in the White House.
And maybe you say, oh, he's
Bill
just professional.
Clinton's demeanor
getting makeup
seems to be
does
similar
he blink anymore?
to a person who is
Holy
under
shit, whoa. She did something to his forehead. It was almost like, look at your boy Billy Boy. This is why this is good. These people that you think is so powerful, people talk, oh, the Clinton Mafia. No. He's just a dude. First, he's blinking, and you can say, oh, he's just being professional. They're putting makeup, and she rubs his forehead in a weird way, and he stops blinking. Look at this.
More than a puppet to the puppet masters which placed him in the White House.
Whoop, she does that.
Bill Clinton's
She backs
demeanor
off.
seems to be similar to a person who is under a hypnotic trance.
That was creepy. You know, she's putting the makeup. Okay, no vigilante. He's on TV. She's just putting makeup, but then she rubs his forehead. This fucker stops completely. Yeah, Lady Gaga's a dude. I remember hearing that back when she was famous, that this is a dude. Her, Sierra, there's a few of them. Even, I just showed Serena Williams. I've given Serena Williams some benefit of the doubt. I'm not sure she's a dude. She may just be a steroid user. And I mean, if women use steroids, that's basically how you transition. So do with that you will. I guess the same could be true about Caitlin Clark. She ain't glitchy. She just remember all the nasty things they did to her. Yeah, that didn't look more glitchy. It did look kind of traumatic. Who knows? You don't see nothing with this video? I'm not sure where we were. Why? No, I don't get that joke. And Lady Gaga's a dude. Cotton, hey Cotton. Yeah, he looked like he just died, just snapped. He's in his happy place on the island. Bill's not a player. I mean, he's just a pawn. He ain't no king. He ain't a bishop. He ain't a rook. It's a combination of drugs, and then there's different ways that the Winter Soldier is probably the best example. And I know me and Richard have a totally different demeanor about Winter Soldier, but the Winter Soldier movie is probably the best example. Winter Soldier and Civil War, because that's when he was reading. Zemo was reading little codes to activate him. Allegedly, and I don't even know how alleged this is. I know some of this has been brought to public record through lawsuits and different testimony to Congress, but a combination of words, touch, and different hypnotic suggestions can bring a subject into a certain state where they need them to be. In that case, just freeze so we can do makeup. It could be as that simple as that, or they could be giving you instruction on how they want you to behave, or whatever. There are people, who look at, and this is stuff I can't confirm, but O.J. Simpson, who think maybe he was under MK Ultra when the whole series of events, including that infamous car chase, was happening. So they break their psyche through torture, drugs, and then they install different hypnotic suggestions, different code words, different things they can do as far as touch, things they can show you. The Wizard of Oz programming, the Disney quote unquote programming. They're not just, a lot of people talk about Disney for reasons, but a lot of it's because a lot of that imagery has been given to these subjects, and a lot of which who are high profile, and they're given to these subjects, and they trigger certain behaviors, trigger certain things that they want them to do. That's why I use the term handlers. It used to be just some guy, a handler was just somebody like your agent or something to make sure you're good. No. These handlers are programmers. They're programmers of the psyche. There is an Al Roker one. Hopefully it's in this clip. Yeah, like a trigger. Manchurian Candidate is probably a much more mature version of that. I'm being such a nerd. Oh, yeah, Winter Soldier. No, Manchurian Candidate, both the original and the more recent one, I think Denzel. Kamala slurs her words. Probably have Elvis was another one allegedly to be on that stuff too. But yeah, you're right. They probably do have her on some shit. So the pic from Twitter. What is this? Oh shit, we found Michael LaVon Robinson after all these years. Finally found this motherfucker. Where have you been? You've been missing. Oh, that's Michelle Obama. Never mind. I don't get it. Black dudes for Harris. That's interesting. No. But sorry to smoke. Let's keep it going.
In every way. And I was
even your girl Hillary. That's again not as obvious as Bill in this prayer clip.
Who is under a hypnotic trance.
But Hillary looked
in every way. And
I mean, could she have just been genuinely scared and just a weird demonic looking bitch? Yeah. I'll give you that. But it looks like that she hadn't came all the way down from whatever installation she had backstage. That one could have happened. Could have happened. Man, I can't deal with Kamala for 4 years, please. All these.
Was very proud to have
Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator?
She might be wearing a color. That might be a genuine reporter, but some either, or she could be a handler just fucking with her. Sometimes they like fucking with the people. So let them know, hey, we can still just fuck with you and have you have an embarrassing moment just any fucking time, bitch. You might just be sitting there and we'll just send one of our agents just to fuck with you. And she might have something on the phone that's only going to impact you because of something we put in your brain. We hit you with a neural link and she's got a little wave thing on the phone. And she's just tapping it just to fuck with you, just to let you know, hey, Hillary, you don't get out of line.
Possibilities with Senator.
So you can't even. They just fucking with you. And that's just that's a theory. But there's clearly
healthcare. We need to make
clearly the woman next to her has having some impact on her. Did she walk out to They Not Like Us at the DNC? That's crazy. It could be something medical. Hillary might be Bill's boss. They both might have a boss up higher. That's my theory, that they both have a boss up higher. And that might just, hey, Hillary, just for to let you know, you're still an employee. I don't care how big you think you are. You're still an employee. So just stay in line. Could have just been bullshit, but like I said, it looked like she was
but we've got work really well and improve it and get the costs out of an upward spiral.
Okay, that might just be old. That might just be being old. Oh, isn't that interesting? Cotton, I wonder who won. She said ABC already broadcasted the election results accidentally. Isn't that interesting? Oh shit! I remember this when she had some physical issues, but they didn't really want to tell what it was.
Are you kidding?
Could have been physical. We know what's going on with Kanye, but could have been physical issues. I'll grant you that. I don't know that every clip in here is absolutely indicative of conspiracy theory and MK Ultra. Some probably are. Some are just, freak outs. And then plus, man, you keep putting people under drugs and all this technology and all this different stuff. I mean, you start to wig out just because. Just a human being going through all this trauma. I hit her with Savannah syndrome blast. I hit her with something. Much like to sit in the rest of the stream, got to do some work, all right? Yeah, teach the youth, I guess. 52% Harris, 47% Trump. Well, hey, like we said, you missed earlier, but I have a theory that if he does win, he ain't going to last long. He ain't going to last long. We referencing the Illuminati card game from 1980s. Talk about they snipers. Do I still have it up? No, I don't have it up. Oh, no, I do kind of have it up. If you didn't see this earlier. So trust me, Trump not winning. Looking at stuff like this, where it says that anytime, any place, our snipers can drop you. And this game from the 80s with a guy that looks very similar to Trump. Maybe him not winning is the best thing for his lifespan. We'll just say that. But peace out, man. Peace out. And both you and me and others have said, man, Kamala's going to win.
Nothing. Picasso is dead. Steve Jobs is dead. Walt Disney is dead. Name somebody living that you can name in the same breath as them.
All right, and Connor, can you respond?
Okay, some of these are just weird moments. I mean, listen, I believe Kanye's been in the MK Ultra program, but every little outburst, man, you can't just do that. But
say something nice
about Connor,
please. No.
Hold on,
please.
This is Conor McGregor, the guy who's really his career, as much as that Jose Aldo win and some other wins, it's about him talking shit. In an interview for a big fight, nothing to say.
No. Okay, not happening.
Other guy doesn't even talk shit to him. Doesn't even say, hey, could be CTE. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just strange. Hopefully they show the Al Roker one. That one's really bizarre. Or the he has been hitting a lot of head. Al Roker or the Wendy Williams one. Those ones are just fucking freaky.
Yeah,
and this one I don't, he obviously has had some, we got Bruce Willis. It turns out he has had some brain issues. I think, doesn't he have Parkinson's and dementia? And I think something else. So this may not be the most damning bit of evidence either.
Difficult title. It's a good state of die.
He would have died. I think this is a guy who actually we now know he has medical issues, so we can confirm that away. And I don't like embarrassing people. Plus, Bruce Willis was the man back in the day.
The moving.
Also, these are celebs. Drugs exist. I'm smoking now, so that if we're looking to explain away things, we want to be as thorough as possible. I mean to go back to Bruce. Sometimes it could be just a motherfucking high. Yeah, he has dementia, so I'm not counting Bruce.
The moving piece of film and music that is the video for 1-800-273-8255 brought me to tears. The truth is piercing, and the truth is what matters. And the truth is that none of us are alone. It takes great courage to show the vulnerable side of being human. And as long as you never give up on yourself, light will break through the darkness.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with this. I mean, she looks sad.
There are many ways I can inflict pain on my opponent and put him away.
How will Aldo try to attack Conor? Okay, well, Aldo's a very fast guy, and these guys have been wanting to get at each other. The big question is, can Aldo even get to Conor McGregor? Somebody that's got the footwork of Conor, the awkward styles, constantly is changing between an orthodox and a southpaw stance.
I get CTE.
So if Aldo can come...
I get CTE. And shit, what's the guy? Younger, well, he ain't that young. I guess he's in the early 30s. One of these boxers was just complaining about having some brain issues, even though he's still fighting. But it's when they look almost completely frozen. It's just a very weird look. But I'll grant you, could be CTE. And I didn't make this clip. I'm just showing the thing. And yeah, she's wasted. Like I said, these are celebrities. Your boy smoking right now. Yeah, she looks like very drained. Could be drugs. Could just be exhaustion. You know what I mean? I don't know how long. I don't know the context of that. I don't know how hot those lights are and the costume. Could be exhausting. You know, motherfuckers to dehydrate themselves before they go on an award show. So there could be a lot of other factors. And then Conor CTE, I get, but boy, he just looks.
Come out here and try to.
There are many ways I can inflict.
Could be CTE, but it's just that frozen look. It's like something.
That's exactly.
Oh, here's Al Roker. We're gonna get into Al Roker. This is a classic one. There's no excuse for this guy. I'll say this about Conor. That was an older clip. If he's been doing that, then don't nobody around him love him. I'll tell you that. If he's not being programmed, if he's outside the scope of this conspiracy stuff, which he could be. I don't claim to know all things about all people. I ain't the Most High. If he is, and that's been going on, then the people around him don't give a fuck. And they let that man fight. No wonder he hasn't fought in a while. If that stuff is just completely devoted to his fighting, that means people around him have seen him have those type of moments and ain't did shit and just say, oh, go do another one. Go do another one. Go have your first fight as a pro boxer against one of the greatest fighters of all time. Nah, that's so at bare minimum, he's getting pimped out and abused by that fight game. Unfortunately. If nothing else, we can confirm that. Which is unfortunate. But hey, this one is
There's a certain amount of distance between the bodies in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
35 years ago today, Elvis Presley passed away, the king of rock and roll. And as Mark Cohn says in his great song, Walking in Memphis, there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down.
And I understand the more you stare, the more tired you become and the more you will relax. I want you to just block out any thought processes and sounds and just begin to stare at the light. And of course, if you close your eyes, I'm going to simply invite you to take breaths in with me. Understand? Every breath you take and every word I say, and out and just relax. That.
We're going to let Richard continue his work through the commercial break.
But not yet.
That's some weird shit, man. That's some weird shit. Yeah, this is just a list. I didn't put the list together. Like I said, worst case scenario. And that, like I said, CTE is real. CTE, just not just CTE, brain shit that we don't even know the name of is real. Yeah, that the Roker one is like gone. Like I said, Conor, if he's been doing that since the Aldo fight, man, bro, don't nobody around him love him. They've been pimping that man out, which they probably have, because the fight game is dirty. The hurt business is dirty. They don't give a fuck if you hurt. As much money, Conor, how much money y'all want to think that Conor McGregor generated over the course of his career? Dana White slavery, bro. Because now I'm kind of with you that it is related to his fights, but the fact that he's been dealing with this shit since the Jose Aldo days means he's, granted, the last 4 or 5 years he hasn't fought that much, but he went through a good portion of his career where his brain probably already silly putty. And nobody gave a fuck. They just sent his ass back out there. He had to generate at least $1 billion for UFC and other people. At least. Probably billions, all things told, when you look at how big UFC is now. And they didn't give a shit about that man. So that's, can I say he's MK Ultra? No, but I can say he got pimped by the industry. I can say that. Because ain't no way that boy been standing around dozed off like that since the Aldo fight. And nobody got him help. Nobody said, hey, man, you can't be doing this. Nope, just keep going. Fucking sick. And like I said, the fucking Al Roker ones, man. What is going on here? She says Holy Ghost. And this guy, he already had a weird look.
Between the bodies in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
We are all pimped by the
35
system.
years ago today, Elvis Presley passed away, the king of rock and roll. And as Mark Cohn says in his great song, Walking in Memphis, there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down.
And I understand the more you stare, the more tired you become and the more you will relax. I want you to just block out any thought processes and sounds and just begin to stare at the light. And of course, if you have to close your eyes, I'm going to
I got a question for you, Cinch Dildo, because even though you're usually the skeptic, and I appreciate the skepticism because you're right. A lot of bullshit does muddy the waters with the real shit. Do you think other people have a similar device to Neuralink? Do you believe the first human trials are the actual first human trials? Which you might, and that's fair. But yeah, no blinking, nothing. Nothing.
Simply invite you to take breaths in with me. Understand? Every
bare minimum, he's on that shit. If nothing else, if all else fails, all the conspiracy shit's fake, he has a drug problem. And the same thing I just said about Conor McGregor applies. If he's doing this shit on air, and this is all, I'll play angel's advocate for myself. Let's just say, hey, this guy just has a drug problem, and that's all this is. Well, then what the fuck? It's so bad it's happened on air multiple times. I don't think it's a drug problem. I think it's something else. And I can't tell you, I don't want to just sound like some novice guy. So no idea. You're right, there's cheaper and simpler ways to control people. Unless you want that to become a cheap and simple way, and you want to do that at scale. You need technology at scale. Widescreen TV was $2,500 when I was a kid. Now you can get one for like, $150 new. Because you made it a consumer product. So, you know what I mean? Once expensive can become cheap. Neuralink is aiming eventually to be a consumer product. So the goal is to make that something that is obviously the surgery and installation, unless they could do it outside the brain, like with a patch, which may be in the cards. I don't know. But that Neuralink is to be a consumer product. So even though it seems expensive now, the idea is one day it won't be. Matt Lauer must have got online. Man, there's been a lot of cancer treatment suppressed.
Every breath you take and every word I say, and out and just relax that.
We're going to let Richard continue his work through the commercial break.
Moments, but not yet.
I don't know what weird shit is offering this.
What do you think about the doctor's findings and testimony? Log on to cfnews13.com/chat to voice your opinion. I'm chatting too. We'll try to answer your questions.
That was weird.
So
maybe they all on Fetty. Maybe these motherfuckers are just on Fetty. I don't know what's going on with these motherfuckers.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's Fetty. If you want to play Angel's Advocate, maybe it's Fetty. Maybe it's a drug thing.
I'm sorry. I was in a trance.
You're right. They wouldn't need it for the peasants. But if they got it at scale, maybe it's not the most expensive thing to toss in some high-profile individual that you need to act as a pawn for something. Even if it's nothing more than bread and circus, you need them to distract the peons long enough. Again, we don't know what scale is. We don't know how expensive. We know how expensive they say it is. It could be very economical for them. That's isn't this one of the Kardashians? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. It's cute. Big part of their control is the illusion and choice and peasants believe in their control. Absolutely. Even the Matrix was about that. Fair enough.
I'm sorry, is there someone talking to you?
Yes, sorry.
Sorry about that. So I just was wondering.
That's not as bad. I got to skip it. Because if you're listening to someone off screen.
Hello, Courtney. Have we lost you?
That's somebody listening to someone off screen. It's a little weird. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. So I just was wondering how everyone's doing.
Okay, that one's not as damning as like the Al Roker stuff. Unfortunately, that's just a crazy looking woman. We need harder evidence than just weird shit.
Who's the dummy?
TV show. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Oh, real quick. That's what I was talking about with what's this chick name? Katy Perry, her falling out. Again, exhaustion, hot lights, all this shit. These motherfuckers are eating and all this other dumb shit. Real quick pause. And I know it's just keyboards, but the keyboards, and especially the way they're lit, is that the Cross of Lorraine? The double cross? It's one of those crosses, and some people think that it's been used for a lot of things, like a lot of crosses, and like a lot of symbols have been used, but that double, I don't know if it's the Cross of Lorraine. Hold on. Supposedly has some link to the Knights Templar. And I know it could be a coincidence. You're reading too much. You're reading too much. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about, this symbol. And some people say, the Cross of Lorraine doesn't even have any demonic thoughts. But yeah, I know it's linked to the Knights Templar. And could be a coincidence. There's a lot of I have double-tiered keyboards in this room, so I can't say too much. But the way it's lit puts me in mind of that, and then she does fall out. Because she's just being an exhausted pop star, falling out on stage, it can absolutely be the case. It's to play Angel's Advocate. But this is another creepy one. Oh, man. Woo. Whoa. This is why I asked about the brain link. I think there's a better one of Wendy's falling out. I could find it. Because she seems to reach for her head. And this is why I also said maybe it's not something that needs to be installed in the brain at a high level. So let me see if I can find that collapse. Because it's even creepier. To see the whole thing. Let me see if I can find it on the tube. And sorry for missing some comments. And ironically enough, it was a Halloween special when this happened.
Costume contest. We do it every year. It's always a lot of fun. Let's get started. Our first caress.
So here's you know what? I'm going to play it once. I'm going to not say nothing. Then I'm going to go back and show out the freaky elements of this.
Yes.
And okay.
So it was a lot of
since you did, of course, Ever the Skeptic. Listen, I'm not saying every single thing. I think I've been pretty safe with the Angel's Advocate saying, hey, not every single thing means a conspiracy, but nothing doesn't either. You know what I mean? Even you showed me a story about satanic abuse. And it's not like it's not a thing. It's not like there's nothing to this. It's not like people aren't getting indicted about weird shit. You know, the whole thing with the baby oil was because they had drugs inside the damn baby oil. So yeah, that's something that undermines a lot of the stuff in the quote unquote conspiracy circles where, you know, people get really bent out of shape over time and numbers and numerology and things like that. And like I said, it's just an observation. But there's not nothing to this. You know what I'm saying? There's not, because there wasn't, Diddy wouldn't be a meme right now. This is a fair point. I know she was a coke addict, and I know she did have health issues. Could have been a medical issue. But here's the weird things. Let's
started.
I'll pause the weird stuff. Could be a medical issue. But the way her eyes light up and seem to fixate on objects that may or may not exist. Look at this. She looks as if she's staring at something. Right? That's the weird things. You're right. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. I'm not just trying to say every single thing is absolutely indicating that, you know, the globalists are out to get us. And drugs are a major issue. We talked about Connor's CTE and the violence is an issue. But the weird thing about her collapse, she seems to stare at something that doesn't seem to be there. And then she seems to be reaching for her head. Could be having a headache. Doesn't have to be reaching for an object. And then, of course, the infamous collapse. And then some people thought it was symbolic. The costume she happened to be the Statue of Liberty. It's just some sort of symbolism that America will fall. I don't know about all that, but it's in the compilation. And, I went to get a better clip of it. I don't know if there's any more in this compilation that'll be relevant, because there's a lot of kind of BS in it that I will admit. And is some of this stuff looping? Okay, I think we're done with the compilation. I'm not saying all of it applies. I'm not saying every single thing we just saw can't be explained away simply in another way. But there was some weird stuff there. There's definitely some weird stuff. And hey, think about this. We had a Lady Gaga joke earlier. Somebody, I think Cosmo sent a joke about, what's her name? Big Mike. Isn't it weird that that's even a thing? Why are there people who believe one of the first ladies was born a man? That's like an accepted joke. Isn't that a bit weird? Isn't that a bit much? You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, she fell in some weird pattern. Isn't that strange that could be even a thing? And then celebrities like Lady Gaga and whatnot thought to be born a different gender. Isn't that a bit weird? Isn't that but outside the scope of what's needed to be a pop star or even a first lady? Why is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? I get that, some conspiracies can be out there. I get that everything is not a conspiracy theory, but nothing's not a conspiracy theory either. It's not that everything may not be true, but all of this isn't untrue either. And again, the abuse towards children is confirmed. The demonic abuse towards children is confirmed, and rather it's through the existence of the MK Ultra program has also been confirmed. Rather than it's used for celebrities or not, that's another can of worms altogether. At bare minimum, we see, at bare minimum, you have what's another rumor this election season, that a lot of reason these celebrities are so kind to Kamala is because visiting a certain island that we, again, in 2018, you might be making fun of me if this stream was happening and I was talking about there's an island where celebrities and high profile people do despicable things and get held up and get held blackmail. That's the word I'm looking for, to behave in a certain way based upon the despicable things they did on that island. If I told you this in 2017, 2018, which I heard about this shit around that time, you would have said, "Oh yeah, whatever." And hey, that's not theory anymore. That's confirmed. That's confirmed. Doesn't mean that none of it is either, man. Could have been a stroke. Could have been a stroke. Could have been a medical issue as far as Wendy Williams. It looks like there's fear on her face, but that could be a result of a stroke. Maybe she had a stroke and had a hallucination. I'm not saying that there's impossible for that to be happening. You're outlining my problem with the conspiracy shit. All this retarded shit muddies the water, take away from the real shit. Fair enough. And I do believe that even the real shit we can confirm about celebrities, the reason there's so much talk about Diddy is to muddy the water, is to focus on Diddy and not all the bullshit. So, fair enough. But unfortunately, this is a lot of times the gateway into finding out that there's more going on. Finding out that there is something crazy going on. Is everything down to the nonce elites, as you call them? No. Is nothing down to them? No. I mean, we could go through the Balenciaga scandal. Hell, let me see if I can find if you do the Law and Crime Network. I wanted to talk, the video I wanted to talk about.
You want your mixes to sound 10 times better?
Well, I do want my mixes to sound better, but that has nothing to do with what's going on. Let's talk about this Abercrombie & Fitch guy. Let's get out of the entertainment industry, because I think, let's just talk about a guy who just happened to have a big brand, happened to have a lot of money, and have some sick taste. So listen, I appreciate the skepticism. I agree with your point. To an extent, everything absolutely is not, a lot of that can be overblown. A lot of that can be made to muddy the waters, but there's not nothing to it either. So that's why we talk about it. Well, okay, so you're saying this. What was your explanation for Al Roker? Cool. Some of these people exhausted. Why did Al Roker have those weird clips on him? Because you're not saying nothing is there's nothing to it, but you're certainly downplaying everything or a lot of this that's getting presented. And some of it is rightful to do, but not all of it. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Remember that crazy Olympics thing? That weird ritual there. You know what I mean? The weird ritual that happened before the LHC. Why I didn't do this shit. It wasn't my idea to put all this demonic imagery on shit. This shit really happens, man. And I get that some of it can be kind of absurd, obtuse. Oh, the timing with DiCaprio was interesting. Diddy party pics circulate, then he endorses after. Yeah. So I mean, without the context, it all looks bad. Most of it could be medical. Okay, if most of I don't dispute that. And hey, maybe all of it's medical. I'm not saying that, but it's just like if you're not going to make the case that none of it is, it's like you have no explanation, also have no proof that he's been mind controlled by the non-elites. Fair enough. All I'm doing is presenting the evidence that I can present. I am a dude who works a regular job. I'm not some full-time paranormal private investigator who has all the time to do all the research and follow people. I'm just presenting shit on the internet. Am I saying everything is connected to a nonce group? No, but some of it is. Some of it's pretty fucking weird. Some of it's pretty fucking weird. Yeah, that's not. This is Halloween. It ain't like we do this every fucking week. But if this was every week, you would have a little. It's like, hey, there's something going on. At bare minimum, there's some sick fucks and there's some blackmail going on. At bare minimum. And here's another guy that's not Diddy, that's not in the entertainment industry, that's not, we don't have a lot of video. It's just a sick rich fuck.
Abercrombie & Fitch, the fashion mega brand worth billions of dollars, they are in the spotlight for the alleged actions of the man who led the company for 2 decades. But Mike Jeffries and Abercrombie, they have been in the headlines before for apparent bad behavior. As Jeffries now stands accused of running an international sex trafficking operation, we're going to take a look at the multiple controversies the brand has weathered over the years. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
I have not pre-watched this video. I only know that what he said was the case that the Abercrombie & Fitch guy, I forgot his name, last name Abercrombie, ex-CEO, is being accused of a trafficking ring. And so we know Diddy had it. And these guys are getting accused with their own individual rings. We know Diddy had a ring. We know Epstein had a maybe even more high profile ring. You know what I mean? Yeah, this guy's plastic surgery probably needs to be, sex trafficking. Okay, it's a little delay. He's being accused of sex trafficking. So we see another guy, another really, really rich, powerful guy accused of sex trafficking. Apparently the Diddy thing, didn't want to go too much in that because there's so much on that. But apparently he had a dispute with the parent company who made Ciroc before all this stuff started to come out about him. So, and then we talked about how people getting caught up in it all of a sudden are Kamala Harris fans. So, it's nothing. I'm not talking about Bigfoot and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, aliens and shit, and Antarctica being the border and all this other crazy shit. If I was on some crazier shit, I'm not even talking about the moon landing. I'm talking about, hey, there's some weird shit going on behind the scenes. I guess this is less conspiracy.
Crime legal alert. A mother was recently awarded millions of dollars.
Oh, Jesus, buddy. Baby formula. Hey, you know what? I did it. fuck. I've never watched Law and Crime, I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know how good or bad this is, how good or bad this coverage is. One other note, does anybody remember I did a video a couple years ago about all these crypto billionaires who were passing, who were dying, and mysterious. It was over the course of maybe 8 or 9 months, but like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 of these guys had dropped dead under mysterious circumstances, one of which claimed that there was a federal honey trap. That was an island somewhere, I think it was supposedly near Puerto Rico, that there was a federal honey trap island, and then he died. He drowned swimming. So, again, all I'm doing is just presenting evidence that, hey, there's some weird shit going on. And a lot of this has a lot more teeth than I feel like it's getting credit for. But let's keep it going.
New sex scandal involving its former CEO, his longtime partner, and a third
I ain't storming
man
shit,
who
Cotton.
allegedly acted as a recruiter, maybe tester would be the better word, allegedly luring in young male models for the men's apparent sex sessions.
Oh, he was taking the bussy. So this old guy taking the bussy. This is less conspiratorial. This is just the old casting couch, just in the fashion industry. That's what it sounds like. This old creeper taking the bussy from young male models. He want to be a star. A story as old as time.
Michael Jeffries pleaded not guilty to 16 criminal charges in a New York federal court last week. He's accused of international sex trafficking and prostitution. The former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch was arrested in his home state of Florida.
Hold on, what's his name? Let's get his name again.
Michael Jeffries pleaded
Michael
not
Jeffries.
guilty to 16 criminal charges in a New York federal court last week. He's accused of international sex trafficking and prostitution. The former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch was arrested in his home state of Florida, where he put up a $10 million bond. He was released, smiling for the cameras as he left.
Jesus, this
He then
super
traveled
villain. Not to pause on this weird. Even his bodyguard. God, why does this motherfucker look so weird? It's a creepy, demonic looking motherfucker.
to New York.
This images like this is where motherfuckers think it's demons involved. He like the goddamn clown from Spawn. What the fuck is going on here?
Entered his plea. He has to wear a GPS monitor. We're told.
Fat Earth, yeah, instead of flat Earth. Even the Earth is obese. God damn.
To New York City, Long Island, the Southern District of Florida. His partner, 61-year-old Matthew Smith, also turned himself in, but he's being held without bail because of his dual citizenship. You see, Smith is also a citizen of the United Kingdom, which prosecutors say could increase the chances that he can make a run for it. So he's actually not entered a plea as of yet. And then we go to the third man in this alleged awful triangle, James Jacobson, who lives in Wisconsin. According to the criminal indictment, Jacobson served as a recruiter, convincing young male models who wanted to make it in the industry and get a huge opportunity with that.
Kat did tell us this is going to happen. And shit, man, we joke about the shit that happened to Matt. That might have been softcore grooming, man. Oh, yeah, we remember having you as a table and shit. We just think, oh, it's some dumb shit, just Hollywood being stupid, which it could have been. But who knows? That shit might have got caught up if who knows? Maybe he does get that fucking Flash gig. Maybe he's got Flash to be the Flash. We don't know. Maybe that's why Greg Gustin beat him out. Maybe he gave up the bussy. Who knows? The casting couch. That's no longer conspiracy. That's just real. That's just real life that we find out pretty much every day. A new casting couch.
Abercrombie, that they needed to perform non-consensual sex acts with him, as well as his alleged co-conspirators, to make that happen. He also entered a not guilty plea.
The fuck happened to his nose? What is with these weird demon-looking motherfuckers? Shit, the way these guys look, they look like fucking Frank Miller villains. Like villains from Sin City. They just got some weird looks to them.
He's out on a $500,000 bond.
Oh, Jesus. Matt Hayes, Glenn Powell. And don't tell them what part of Texas I'm from, goddammit. I don't have an ad blocker on this one. Actually, let me just toss the ad blocker on. Because in order to get y'all chat up there, I got to use Chrome. And most people use Chrome, but I still like Firefox. And Firefox ad blocker works. That's why I like it. And I know I want to get monetized and shit, but shit.
Abercrombie. Non-consensual sex acts, incredibly graphic. If you want to learn more, read the indictment. We actually did a prior sidebar on this. But the alleged victims say that Jeffries took this Abercrombie brand from a struggling company to a fashion powerhouse in the 1990s and early 2000s.
Man, this was man, like the little like brand at the time, man. When I was younger and when I was in like high school, especially later in high school, I moved to rural Michigan. Shout out to Rod. And I remember going to the mall, and Abercrombie and Fitch and Hollister were the places to be, which I think they might even combine as a company at some point. But yeah, let me see, make sure I got this. Do I have this up? Oh yeah, I do have this up. Just got this later. So these were big brands back in the days. And it looks like a press on those, lump of plastic. Very weird looking nose. Reminds you of the Catman guy from the 80s show. Yeah, Cat Williams told us this. Some of these CEOs find out how tough they are. Telegram CEO wouldn't share his info with the feds. The French arrest them. And everybody, when the feds have a case, people start talking. And you said Peter Nygaard was convinced that I don't know who Peter Nygaard is. And sorry if I missed comment. I remember the McAfee guy, yeah. Very similar to what I was talking about with the crypto billionaires. The stuff that happened to McAfee guy. And yeah, Cotton, we can't storm the Capitol. But no, listen, nobody stormed the Capitol last time. Just a bunch of feds did in the first case. Listeners, even though you probably want like 30 minutes for me, did get in on the Abercrombie wave. Then cross the bridge, go to what the fuck was it in Clinton Township? Which I'm really doxing myself because it wasn't too far from there. Motherfuckers go to that mall in Clinton Township. I forgot what that shit was called. They would just hop on 94 and you keep going. You don't talk to anyone ever without a lawyer. Yeah, no matter what happened. I don't care what happened. Don't talk to no law enforcement. That's for anybody without some attorney present. You know what I mean? Never. Reminds me of Chomsky, a supposed anarchist that called the non-jab to be jailed. Easy having principles when they're not challenged. Absolutely. And we see that from both sides of the quote-unquote political aisle. That's why I don't fuck with either one of them. Oh, but my both sides. No, they're both made of corrupt, evil motherfuckers, man. A lot of people want to use their ideology as a religion and think of it as infallible when it clearly isn't. Yeah, say nothing, even if it's an innocent check. Yeah, because never forget, they are all, ABC always be closing. They got to be closing and solving cases for their numbers. So they would like to find the right guy some of the time, but they could care less. And if they could get another charge, also remember private prisons exist. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who've been wrongfully charged and convicted based upon trusting the police more than they should. Let's get back to this story.
And they allege that when he did this, he was basically elevated to an untouchable status within the company. There's this other class action lawsuit, and it claims that other executives within Abercrombie, they knew what was going on, but they kept funding Jeffries' lifestyle because he was so profitable and valuable to the company. And this allegedly included funding and facilitating orgies disguised as casting calls. Now,
wow. And again, that's not uncommon in different industries. And shit, I even joke, but it's serious. Motherfuckers, I know of a motherfucker in my industry who gave up the badussy to become a manager. I probably talked about it. People are willing to fuck to get ahead. People that's at the local basic bitch level. You don't need no conspiracy. This is when we're in agreement. This is the fucking predator beam. We both got our hands clasped. There's a lot of motherfuckers who will bust wide open for a chicken sandwich, let alone a promotion. And sometimes that shit goes down. Whole good cop, bad cop is real. They try to get you at ease, casual, talk about the weather till you slip up. Yep. That's why I've said women are better at doing that than men. I've seen, I went through a little crime spiel where I kept watching a lot of those interviews. Women, man, they get a dude to tell them everything without having to tell them nothing. They would just have conversation about, oh yeah, where'd you go? Where'd you do? Oh yeah, that's your car. Okay. Just had a casual conversation. The motherfucker basically told them everything they needed. It was actually remarkable. Like, oh yeah, dude can't do this. Dude can't do this. And that was the thing. Who cares if he's a nonce? He's making us piles of cash. People, their morality goes out the window when they're either pressed or they're getting cash.
About Abercrombie, I can't really overstate its presence. For those of us growing up at the turn of the century, this was the brand. This was the powerhouse.
It kind of replaced Tommy Hilfiger at that era. Hilfiger is probably back at his once position. But I remember this just being the shit. I didn't really fuck with it. I didn't fuck with this or Hollister. I still fuck with Ralph Lauren and Lacoste.
Everywhere. The preppy
clothes. I was in my preppy era.
Overtly sexual advertising focused on male models. It skyrocketed the brand to success. And eventually it spawned spin-off stores like Abercrombie Kids and Hollister. I mean, come on, think about it. You were bound to find an Abercrombie & Fitch store, in every mall in America, and just about everyone seemed to be wearing the jeans, the T-shirts, the polos.
Hoodies, the polos,
President Bill Clinton
pullovers.
and his daughter Chelsea were even spotted shopping at an Abercrombie & Fitch store in 1995. Now, under Jeffrey's leadership, Abercrombie was bringing in...
Listeners, I don't know about the Canadian rules, but I'm pretty sure you're correct. In America, you don't have to talk. If they knock on your door without a warrant, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to open the door. You can just talk. You can talk to. Hey, do you have a warrant? Well, I'm not allowed to. I don't have any means to let you in. If there's a warrant, come. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to call an attorney, and I'm not going to have any conversations outside of an attorney without an attorney present. And that's it. True there too. Thank God. And since you did say you don't have private prisons, thank God for that, because whether you call it capitalism, whether you call it corporatism, whatever it is, greed, once you start having corporations in control of government functions, that's why I'm not a big fan of privatizing everything. Their job is to profit. They will figure out reasons to constantly get government contracts, whether that means wrongful imprisonment, whether that means extending lobbying so the law, so there's tougher things on crimes of minutia to keep people in jail longer. And we know in a lot of these different systems, it's very common for people who have actually served out their sentence. I think this even happened under Kamala hoe ass. People who should have been released from jail, they're not going to be released from jail. Why? Well, the private prison makes money from the government from keeping them in jail. So no, you were supposed to get out a year and a half ago. You already served your sentence, but you still in here. That's a common thing. And these things, are some of these things going to happen anyway? Sure, but when there's financial there's enough government ineptness as is. When you financially incentivize government ineptness, I mean, that's why we got the housing crisis. That's why we got the college crisis, because you have financialized and privatized government ineptness. So the more inept the government is, the more money corpos get to make off of it. God, that's why the military spending is high. A lot of it is not to have the latest and greatest. It's to have the inflated, and for people to make money off the back end, paying more, where the military is paying more than retail on purpose, because they can get more money out of it. They can just milk the government. So that's you do not want private prisons. Long and short. Yep, kept them longer for cheap labor. Yeah. You do not want private prisons. The government is inept enough on its own. You do not want corporate interests making money off that ineptness. Yep. What's your reason? Okay, then call the lawyer. Yep. You let them in your home, they will use anything they see. Yep. Anything against you. Do not let a police officer in your home. They are trying to always be closing. Always be closing. Again, there's kickbacks that go to the police officer fund. You know what I mean? This is where we're in agreement. You don't need a bunch of eyes wide shut motherfuckers for all this shit. You just need motherfuckers making money. And money is the answer to most of your questions anyway. So, And there's a lot of talk about the cheap labor system of the prison industry. They, that's why so many people think the rap industry is thought of as an encouragement, which I can't disagree. Even though I just heard that. You hear the new, this is totally tangent. I don't know if it's new, but I heard I think it's recent, West Side Gun track. The shit was hard. Pause. All right, let's go back to these weird demonic supervillains.
Billions of dollars.
Yep.
But that kind of success sometimes comes with controversy. And while some of Abercrombie's problems have been with their public image, others have been battles that have played.
Wow. Small Time says Alabama's been violating federal minimums for prison living conditions, and the feds do nothing to improve it. They don't care. And we know Alabama's another state. As much as we talk about corruption on the left, oh, California, oh, New York, Illinois, there's states like Alabama and Mississippi where the good old boys just clean out the pot, and then there's nothing in there for funding for prisons, nothing in there funding for SNAP, a.k.a. food stamps, nothing in there. A lot of government funding. The good old boys just clean out, and they're all Republican areas. So as much as, people want to live in that pipe dream where they're the good guy, or, the Republicans are the good guys and Democrats are the bad guys, I got to tell you, I got some bad news. They're both the bad guys. If you're locked up, only your family, if your family cares about you. Remember I had a homie, I used to visit him, and was he in Jackson? Somewhere in Michigan, but he traveled all over. He had a case because he was robbing dope dealers, which, don't do that. But one of them had their girlfriend or something there. I think maybe the kid was there, and that fucked him up.
Out in the courtroom. And that's what we're going to get into. That's what we're going to focus on to get a better idea of the context and background of this company, because its company and its former CEO are now thrust into the spotlight in a very new way. So I want to start with some pretty questionable T-shirt designs from the company. For instance, there were those that appeared.
You said people get fooled by authority. Cops should not be coming to your door with questions without a specific reason. It's not to chat. Exactly. And people back the blue. Can you believe this? Supposedly people who care about liberty said, I'm going to back the fucking government. Can you believe this shit? Zeus, move. You don't care about conspiracy theories. You just want attention. Move. Friend-enemy distinction. That's what it all comes down to. That's why you got leftists voting for Kamala and shit, yeah? So what is this shit? Oh, I guess they might say it's racist. I thought this was some weed shit, talking about walking ball. I thought it was like some wake and bake shit.
To have a central theme.
Hey, Boosh.
Racist jokes about the Asian community. You might remember this. The shirts that were released in 2002, they had slogans like Pizza Dojo, You Love Long Time, Eat In or Walk Out, and Wong Brothers Laundry Service, 2 Wongs can make it white. Now, Asian American groups they staged protests in front of Abercrombie.
I don't remember this shit.
The company angry emails and letters. In fact, just 1 week
Long Crime
after
Live.
the shirts were put on shelves,
I thought they did. I don't know. I've never watched Long Crime, but this Abercrombie, I just wanted it was either this or super mainstream media. Yeah, some of this shit look like shit that y'all put in the chat. I'm be honest. And I don't really even care much about that. It's just the fact that a lot's been made about this Diddy shit. I'm trying to say there's a culture of the elites exploiting. That's really the main purpose of the stream. There is a culture of really rich, high-profile motherfuckers doing really fucked up shit. And it ain't stopping no way. And yet a lot of those shirts are probably made in China, made by Asians. That's that. Yeah, that's all like, but it was 02. I don't remember that shit. They just probably brought it up just to do. You said Long Crime Lies. I thought I heard something about them, but I just want to talk about the other shit. These some weird looking motherfuckers. So yeah, I don't even. That's a controversy from 02. Hey, Fizz is back again. So maybe Long Crime is adding a little hot sauce there. I don't even remember that. I was around, and when they came up, nobody talked up. I can assure you, when it came to Abercrombie and Fitch and Hollister, there was no conversation about those T-shirts. I don't even remember their existence. So yeah, Long Crime with a little bit of a reach there. I could assure you during their heyday, no one even knew those shirts existed. That was not some controversy back in the day. That's a retroversy where no one cared at the time. Maybe a few people got upset. Maybe those weren't even related things. You familiar with them? Biased as fuck. The legal assessments are not based in law. No, I hadn't heard of them before, and I hadn't heard this situation before. I heard a lot of crime. I thought maybe some people weren't too happy with their coverage. We already halfway through this. I don't know if I get through to all of it, and we're getting close to the 2-hour mark.
Founded negative stereotype of his state. There was also backlash.
I'm looking for more information. We got the gist is these motherfuckers were fucking the models, the male models. Yeah, it's the nonsense. We don't give a fuck about these T-shirts. And apparently there was some young motherfuckers involved. But I'm waiting for them to get to this. But they got 15 minutes to fill. So here we go with these fucking T-shirts. Okay, let's have some talk.
And this is what he said. That's why we hire good-looking people in our stores, because good-looking people attract other good-looking people.
You know what, Boosh, you probably came at the right time. This might be a lot of bullshit. Not the longer this shit goes. Oh, I see it. What is this? Can you tell me the story? See, the fucking video I wanted to use fucking disappeared. I wanted to get more evidence about this guy. I looked up. It was Law and Crime. That's who I found. Oops. No.
Hold their store.
What the fuck? That's not what I'm looking for.
Abercrombie & Fitch, the fashion mega brand worth billions of dollars.
Shit. I mean, we might as well almost drop it. Let's see, this male, he was raping men through sex parties. There's a bunch of other shit. Charged with sex trafficking. I don't know how much. I'm looking for some fucking evidence. That would be nice. You know what I mean? Hey, Zax. You had asked about a conspiracy stream, and we basically been doing one. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I was really looking for some evidence. Oh, you got some receipts on law too? I think, Boosh, you are correct. It's like, hey, what happened with this recent thing? Oh, in 2002, there was an infamous joke. It's like, come on, bro. I get it. This is YouTube, but man, you could please get to the fucking point, bro. And then, I use attractive people when I market. Like, what are you talking about? I don't care about this shit. That's not even what this title says. This title's talking about sex trafficking, brother. What the fuck happened with that? In 2014, the Abercrombie owner tripped over a step. Like, get you motherfucking get to the goddamn point, please. Yeah, attractive people selling products. This is so controversial. No, it isn't. It's how things have been marketed the entirety of marketing's existence. What is this? What is this? Jesus Christ. Fuck. What is this bullshit, man? Yeah, I wanted to do some conspiracy stuff. I said about 2 hours. We can go a little bit more and see if we can just talk at this point. And we had some debates. I wanted to focus on stuff we can confirm, right? I can't confirm and granted, I did maybe the MK Ultra stuff or the little crash out stuff. Maybe that's less confirmable and more speculative. Fair enough. Find this weird bitch talking about her facials. Sandra Bullock, I believe, on the Ellen show. Yeah, see, this weird shit. This is weird shit we can confirm. Because oh, God damn it. What is this shit? Are we going to have an hour of bullshit before we get to the real fucking story?
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do this?
Not everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the serum.
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person.
They're laughing. No. We're getting to it. It ain't derma roll. Let me go back. They're pushing something in the skin, and we're going to hear what it is.
From a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
So, I didn't say that. Pussy Crusher 42069 didn't say that. Sandra Bullock and Ellen DeGeneres said that Sandra Bullock, amongst other stars, are getting Korean foreskin pushed into their skin through some weird microderming process. Again, I didn't say that shit. I didn't make this shit up. Wasn't my idea. This is too old and fucked up looking to be AI. This really went over broadcast television. Yeah, derma rolling is normal. But people ain't injecting fucking foreskin into their skin. So there's weird shit. The whole point of this stream is I can't prove every conspiracy theory. I don't know if I believe every conspiracy theory, but here's what I can prove. Celebrities, there's rich folk, there are high profile individuals, some famous, some not so. That's why I tried to do some of the Abercrombie & Fitch, but they're worried about fucking t-shirts from 2002. There are weird, demonic, strange fucking things going on. There are multiple 8, 9, 10-figure motherfuckers with sex trafficking rings that have been found out over the past 10 years, a couple just over the past few months. And Diddy, and then I mentioned the Abercrombie & Fitch guy. I think you guys may have mentioned somebody else. On top of it, all the damn celebrities from Dr. Disrespect to, again, Diddy, to all these damn YouTubers, Mr. Beast, they're down with the noncery. You know what I'm saying? There's some weird shit going on. I'm not trying to connect all the dots. I'm not trying to tell you because it happened on Tuesday, which was the 15th of the month, and 1 and 5 equals 6. I'm not saying all that shit. I'm just saying there's some really rich motherfuckers with a sick appetite, and they're enabled by a lot of rich motherfuckers. That's why everybody who's an island boy all of a sudden is pro Kamala. That's not a coincidence. And I'm not the one who came up with that myself. Y'all have told me that. So, bitch, what are you getting injected with? Pardon the fuck you're talking about. Microneedling, that what you can call it, great by a producer, right? Since humans' existence, caveman tried to sell his new club. Yeah, with his naked wife to right? Other cavemen like, yeah, he got a good point. What's going on Nike? Until the last couple of years, been an influx of ugly people dressed like they're about to attack you with a machete. Looking at you, Nike. Yeah, you have had that wave of ugly models. Ugly and fat models became the wave the past 10 years. That fucked up. Speaking of attractive people, I guess what's the brand? Victoria's Secret. They went all in on the fat acceptance movement and they crapped out, pun not intended. And they've lost a lot of money doing that shit. Trying to get these, being inclusive with models. Like, what's the point of having a model if they're inclusive? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, you right, small time, the humiliation interrogation. And Ellen, you look back, a lot of humiliation was involved with Ellen, man. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, derma rolling is normal, but that shit is gross. It'd be weird I don't know why they mess with the Korean babies. I don't know why they mess with any babies, any parts of these kids, of anyone. I don't know why. White, Korean, whoever, black, whatever. Leave babies alone. Yeah, what is it? Is Korean superior to the Westoid? Unfortunately, it might be. We talked about us being cattle. Well, American cattle, they allow everything in the food. So maybe there could legitimately be a nutritional effect. Unfortunately, I hate to use the term nutrition, but just the impact of our nutrition as a country as opposed to somewhere like Korea. They probably eat healthier than us, thus, unfortunately, and very sickly, making that process probably more beneficial from places outside of America. That's my theory. Sheesh. versus having a retard girl do a catwalk? Yeah, remember that. Victoria's Secret, you mean? Yeah, that's right. They sure did have a I should have said retard. But this stream is going to get nobody anyway. But you're right, they did have that special needs person. Victoria's Secret were all in on inclusivity. What a waste. What a throwaway of your brand. I don't even know if it's common for Korean babies to get served. That's a very good point. I don't know I don't think it's as common as it is here. That's a good point. Yeah, Victoria's Secret. That's not conspiracy theory. That's just mindlessness. We promote fat, ugly models. I don't understand why we're losing sales. Maybe because you promoted fat, ugly people. No, everyone is biggest. I think they fired some companies. One thing we learned, you can't be woke forever, man. We thought some people, they were going to be funded forever, but that didn't happen. It was like, y'all losing too much money. I believe Victoria's Secret has fired their former CEO who was all in on DEI and all in on this bullshit and all in on inclusivity. Victoria's Secret, because Victoria's Secret was supposed to be a mid to high end lingerie and underwear brand. And then they had, different like perfumes and shit, different other things associated with the brand, marketed towards women to try to make women feel as sexy and as attractive as possible. So why did they think, and they had made tons of money, and then even, whenever they did their fashion shows, everybody watched. Guys watched they knew what guys were watching for. Women watched because they, wanted to see the beautiful, everyone wanted to see the beautiful women. Everyone, men and women, because they were pretty, and sometimes they would have more costumes and shit, but it was cool. Bunch of hot women's, been in the South too long, bunch of hot women's walking around in underwear. Maybe they have some wings or some bullshit. It was cute. And then this is the pre-prawn era where prawn is just in everybody's hand because of phones. It's like, hey, it's 2002. The Victoria's Secret model shit is on. Let's watch some pretty bitches walk. And people would do it. And we were happy to do it. And people, they made a lot of money. And they say, you know what? Fuck all this shit. Let's put special needs people and obese people and just ugly people with no shape. Let's put them in there just to prove, I don't know what they were trying to prove, that they could lose a lot of money really quickly and go out of business. I don't know what they were trying to prove. I don't know what they were trying to prove, but that's what happened. Yeah, Down syndrome chick. Western infants everywhere just had a sigh of relief. Yeah, because your parents, as nutritional value, you're not going to get your junk cut up for these celebs. Oh, man. Is Dove one of the worst bars of soap? I've never used Dove. I've been using body wash, Shea Moisture body wash. Calvin Klein underwear ads. Oof. Shit, Victoria's Secret employee to help customers find something to work for them. Last 3 years, they fired professionals and hired angry, entitled bitches for half the cost. Man, sometimes, and I remember working in retail, the corpos and the higher-ups do not realize how valuable it is to have people who know what the fuck they're selling in a retail space. That's the whole draw. And then that became the entire draw. The more internet became a thing, it's like, hey, I can buy this online, but I would like to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing and understands this. This is with any product, not just bras. I know your boy is packing, but your boy's got packing moves, but I'm not a Victoria's Secret shopper. Even though they would I'm the motherfucker they want to walk the goddamn catwalk. As a big motherfucker like me, can you imagine my Barrett looking ass? No, I'm not. I don't want to be. This is anti-Illuminati stream. Fuck all that. Pause. I perpetuate stereotypes. I caught the attitude. No, I would just try to, just talk. Yeah, you just talk. Okay, what do you want? Because I used to work at shout out to Meyer, and they tossed me to the department. So I remember being electronic. Okay, just looking for a CD or some band. Okay, I don't know the band either. What did they make? You just have a conversation. It's not rocket science. It's just a lot of times it's just stressful because all the other shit you gotta do. But just have a conversation about whatever the fuck they want. And they're doing themselves. I wasn't no fucking salesman. And I wasn't even like at my job. Mostly doing cashier or cleaning shit up, or then they have me at the gas station. Just have a conversation with somebody. Sometimes I was pissed though, but I would try to be nice. even if I was pissed. But my facial expressions may not have been nice, but I would try to be nice. But then again, I got out. I hated customer service. I never really did. It took me forever to get out of it when I think about it. Because even when I switched industries, I still was answering the phones, talking to clients. I still talk to clients right now. Shit, I got to do meetings and shit. So yeah, you got to at least just have a conversation about what it is. It's not rocket science. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's motherfuckers that's more experts on how to make a sale and how to do all this other shit. You ain't got to do all that. Just have a conversation. If somebody came into a store to buy something, half the work they already did. So just have a conversation about it and lead them to shit. Just tell them the question they ask. Food, clothes, liquor, mostly yourself. Make a deal right off the bat. Bitches today go, what? Man, I hate going outside every day. Even though I need to go out more. Man, customer service. And honestly, I'll take customer service here, man. When I go back home, man, the South is friendlier. I know you probably think Houston wild, because Houston is wild. Houston's not a real place. It's not a real place, man. With the driving, with the good, I thought other day I saw somebody crashing or something. Like, God, this is not a real place. This is not a real place. But you compare it to Detroit, golly, the fucking, even though Charlotte and Houston can be crazy, I gotta say the customer service is much better down south than back up north. Motherfuckers are just angry to be serving you, and I cannot deal with that shit. That's a thing. Oh, I remember the Gillette ads. They probably haven't made an ad. I remember that Gillette feminism ad. That's infamous. It's been a while since I heard about that, but yeah, I do remember that bush. Most people just want to know what they can choose from, and they'll do themselves. Yep. You sold yourselves up. Well, we were talking about that. These Abercrombie motherfuckers. This started off dark, man. We was talking about Mariah Carey and her sister. Hell yeah, I'm in the business. I'm the best at what I am. There you go. Can make you a business. 300% increase in food sales. 3 months, you give me career, I give you profit. Golly, making us feel old. Because I feel like that Gillette ad was just the other day, but Fizz chose to say, oh yeah, I remember that feminism Gillette ad from when I was a teenager. It feels like it was just yesterday, but those teenage years, I believe you're in your early 20s now. Those years are, I feel for the youth who had to deal with this damn pandemic. I mean, we had to deal with 7-Eleven, and then it's been tossed out of history, but there was a huge power outage that lasted about a week in the Northeast. I mean, power outages happen in the Northeast and the Midwest, but I was affected by that. But nothing like what the hell happened in 2020 to 2022. The shutdowns, the masks, the jab, the totalitarianism, the simultaneously you have all this cultural Marxism and all the entertainment, and you have everything being political. And I mean, we're still in that zeitgeist of everything is political. When I don't agree with that. Since you did play the skeptic today, I'm the skeptic to that. I don't believe that. I believe a lot of stuff is, and even though we didn't get into conspiracy with politics outside of maybe Orange Man, hopefully he could duck. Hopefully the Most High protects him. I'll say that if it should come to pass that he does win in the next week. Hopefully the Most High protect everybody. I'm not looking for anybody to get harmed. But I think outside of that, we didn't really talk about that. But there's a reason I don't worship either side. I don't even believe either side is going to do much. I don't know when this was. I don't know where this was, but someplace has a shittier version called 7-Eleven called 812. That's wild. Turned 18 during the pandemic. Golly, that's rough. Some people were even in school. The next this whole generation is going to have something on it because it was just that mass trauma. And it's going to be even extra for the kids who turn 18. Wow. Some underrated streaming real way. I hope I am. I appreciate that. Man, you know what, man? The numbers been looking good. We've been having over 10 people on most of these streams. And, the videos, they come and go. Sometimes we get over 100. Sometimes we don't. But I thank you for watching all this content. Unfortunately, it does seem like notifications take a while to go out. Yeah, 812 just don't have that same ring. Because 7-Eleven rhymes. Wasn't that the whole point? 7-Eleven and it's 24/7, you know what I mean? I think it's the whole gimmick. You know, they've already decided. Yeah, Cotton said that. That they already showed the results for Kamala. I've been telling you she's going to win. It doesn't matter whether or not more people vote for her. So it was a Philly, ABC Philly. He just said ABC. I didn't know where. And we already know that's probably what they're going to say. 52% for Kamala, 47% for Trump, 100% reported. Golly. Man, Texas, they not going to cheat Texas. I don't, can I still even get registered if I wanted to? I might be able to. Yeah, thank heaven for 7-Eleven was the line back in the day. I don't know. I don't think 7-Eleven advertises anymore. They don't have to. It's like they just exist. Just like Arizona Iced Tea, they don't advertise. You just know that they exist. Yeah, I'm in Texas. If I was if I was still in Michigan, even in Carolina, it would probably have more impact. It'd probably have more impact. You buy me a Whataburger. Oh man, it's funny you mentioned Street Fighter, bro. I've been buying all these damn. I ain't put myself in debt, but there's a bunch of Street Fighter action figures. Down to one 7-Eleven in your town. There's not a lot of 7-Elevens. I remember in Michigan it wasn't that many. It was a couple. There's a 7-Eleven down the street from me. Titans suck worse than the Browns. Hey, we put a beating on the Titans. But okay, I'll look it up to see if hopefully I'm free. I'm free, and I think it's too late for me to register. Register to vote in Texas. Deadlines. I got to be by October 7th. It is too late for me. It is too late for me. At least I'll show y'all the little Google thing. Just let y'all know I ain't lying. They got my thing. Please don't tell the people where the fuck I am. Be doxing me and shit. Because Bush is here. He know all these little areas. So if he sees something, like, oh, you're there. Like, damn it. But yeah, it says in person at local election office, registration by October 7th. So it's too late for me. Too late for me. Sunday. The Alliance putting a beat. We'll see how this shit goes with Green Bay, and then next week I'm going to the game here in Houston with Bro Jelani. Looks like Houston. I mean, Houston still has a lot of wins, but it looked like they're falling apart injury wise. Man, I kind of feel like this is the Lions' year. I know it's rigged, brother. Somebody might say, oh, you just did a thing on conspiracy theory. You don't believe that fucking... There's too much money for there to be no rigging. I couldn't tell you how the hot dog's made. I don't know if every play, everything. Some people think every play is an act. I don't know if I go that far. But I know it's a lot of rich people. And there's a lot of... I mean, we already heard rumors about Kevin Durant getting stock in companies outside of his contract. So the rumors are already out there just above ground that these guys can have an extra contract outside of what gets reported. And these guys get shit. So you telling me with all that going on, you know, back in the 50s, oh, here's $100. They'll throw the game. They might give you, here's $100 million. All you need to do is go for, 9 for 20 instead of 10 for 20. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to make so much more money if you point shaving. That's one thing I believe there's point shaving in all these sports. Especially with gambling as big as it is. Gambling is probably $1 trillion industry. Now that it's legal, I absolutely think at bare minimum they use the refs to point shave or I don't know what the opposite of point shave, add points to get to the over. You watch it while bowling. Shout out to bowling. I ain't been bowling forever, man. I need to get out. I need to stop streaming all this crazy shit. Being a goddamn incel king. Sit here stuck in the house all day. So maybe, Bush, I need to take you up for that offer just because so I can interact with another human. She'll be illegal to vote if you don't have an AR, right? Yeah. Lions by 69 points. My side. I'm not on anyone's side. Yeah, listen, I'm an anarchist. I'll fucking do it. I'll vote for BBL Harris. Just for the chaos. Better than the Ethiopian kid. Wow. But Tish. What am I doing? So I'm probably actually hanging out with my brother. Adult. Yeah, that's the thing. I got to get out. I have to stop. This time to stop. I do hang out with my brother, though. That's one thing I do. Every week we go, I watch football. And like I said, in a couple weeks we're going to Hills. Bring him too? No, he's not with the politics. He's you think I'm anti-political. He's more anti-political, and he's not a big orange man guy. But honestly, I'm not really either. You big fat drunk. Let's watch the game at the bar. I think you don't look like fat. You turn to no. I'm not turning to a lady. What's 24 doing? I don't know what 24 is doing. I need to check in with him. That's somebody else I need to check in. A lot of people in the Houston area. I know for a while he was back doing videos. Let me see. I ain't checked his channel in a while. And I would check his channel. Let's see what 24/7 Fusion Media is doing. And it's already midnight, man. We probably need to go on here, get out of here. Go ahead, get out of here. We hit 2 hours. The turn the Browns gay. Now, I've watched you before. That's not true. If I could, a lot of times, he's still churning out videos. He's still doing his thing. Last video got like 920 views. So he's still churning out content. Man, my algorithm is constantly showing me bullshit, as Richard can attest to. So I don't be seeing shit. Hit me on Discord. Hopefully I can find it. All right, guys. He's still in the Houston area, though, I believe. He did have to move from his the place that I had visited. I think we even did a stream over there once. Sunday day, ? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm so used to just heading over to my brother's, grabbing like some Dominoes and just hanging out, talking shit. That's become like our little thing. But on any event, I guess the long and short is I can't confirm all conspiracies, but I can tell you there's some weird shit going on. There's some real powerful, weird motherfuckers into some demonic shit. And but yeah, I'll try. You can still hit me up on Discord. I just got. I'm bad checking. I just got to get better. You got mild agoraphobia. That's where I'm thinking too. So maybe I will hit you up because we're in the same boat then. Because we were talking about that pandemic. Whew, that had a lot of impact on a lot of people. I was already socially not the best, and then I kind of got to better, and then that pandemic kind of stunned me. So I'll get out of my shell. We all got to get out of our shell. We all got to live. You ever seen 24 in a minute? He looks like he's churning out videos. Like, if this number is cool, I will message him. Is people suck as that mild agoraphobia? Maybe. I'm not sure. In any event, you guys are great. Maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, share and subscribe. Please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Have a queer one. What the hell? Have a good night. I'll talk to all you guys later. Peace.